Good morning. We are back at Wellington, New Zealand for today's flight. It's mid-afternoon. We're heading north up into the central area of the northern island of New Zealand to Taupo, I believe it is. Anyway, it's a nice little town beside a lake, and that's where we're headed. So let's jump in the airplane and we will get ready to go. Pilot to ATC is not connecting for some reason today, so we're going to be using Microsoft's flight planning, which actually looks pretty accurate compared to what I had planned in there, so should not be an issue. So let's jump back inside and we will get everything going. Just make sure you are set to do your thing. Yeah, you can handle all that. So we'll come down, put the battery on. Nav lights are on.
Wellington clearance delivery Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima IFR to November Zulu Alpha Papa ready to copy.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima is cleared to November Zulu Alpha Papa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 34 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure frequency is 119.2 squawk tree 371.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima cleared to November Zulu Alpha Papa Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 34 climb and maintain 9,000 feet. Departure on 119.2 squawk tree 371.
Cessna Golf Oscar Lima read back correct. Contact ground on 121.9.
Okay, well we're going runway, oh no, 34 is right. That's what he said, right? Yeah, 34. That's the way we're headed. Okay, so we will zoom in there for taxi. Got our altimeter is... What did you see the altimeter was? Probably hasn't said yet. I'll get that before we go. And everything else is good to go. So let's get the beacon on. Turn on the fuel. And ignition to normal. Fuel pump on. And let's get her cranking. So we have 7 passengers today.
Wellington ground Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima requesting pushback.
The flight should be about 45 minutes once we're off and in the air. Interesting, the airplanes that are here. I got a Sunwing in front of us and I got a WestJet beside us. Not sure what the thinking is there. I don't think any of them, or I know neither of them fly to New Zealand. But it beats having generic airlines sitting around. So while you do that, I'm just going to head off at 340 is our star heading.
Wellington ground Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima requesting the end of pushback.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima request to end pushback received.
Wellington ground Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima with uniform ready to taxi IFR.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima taxi to and hold short of runway 34 using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 118.8 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 34 via taxiway Alpha Cessna Golf Oscar Lima.
Alright, so the engine started, so fuel pump can come back, ignition can go back to normal, starter can come off, and we are ready to taxi. So the weather is not live weather. It is the middle of the night, which for one thing, so I've had to adjust the time. but the system wouldn't load live weather. So I have set it up with a few clouds, and I have set the winds to kind of where they are right now. So that should give us at least a semblance of the weather. Let me turn track IR on since we're now moving. Get that first notch of flaps in now. Get us ready for departure. Beautiful afternoon here at Wellington. Right to the end.
Wellington Tower, Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima ready to go runway 34 IFR to November Zulu Alpha Papa.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima cleared for takeoff runway 34.
Cleared for takeoff runway 34 Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima.
Okay, we are ready to head out onto the runway. And our course takes us pretty much northwards up over the mountains there in front of us. Alright, so we're ready to go. Oh. Did he give me an altimeter? Let's do a check. No, nobody's given me an altimeter, so I'll set the altimeter at 299.0. Okay. Away we go. Power up. Try not to over torque. It's 50 knots. 60 knots. 70 knots. Pull back. Start our climb. Beautiful looking day. It's 400 feet. Right up the flaps. There's the sink.
Cessna Golf Oscar Lima contact New Zealand Center on 119.2.
119.2 Cessna Golf Oscar Lima. New Zealand Center Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima is climbing through 700 feet for 9,000 feet.
Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima New Zealand Center continue as planned. Altimeter 29.92.
So we are over to nav mode. And let me just get rid of you. Something I should have done earlier. There we go. So we're gonna head over here, get back on course. head up towards Calum. Going to half bank mode. Just for the sake of the passengers. Climbing it at about 115. It's going to hold for 115. Going to come back slightly on the propeller to about 90. Ooh, went rather quickly. There we go. Let's help us out a little bit. And we're on course and on our way to 1,000 feet, or 9,000 feet. So I'll show you the course over here on the moving map. So if we zoom in, all right, that was truck IR resetting for some reason. So Palmerston we flew to before is up here, Palmerston North. We're going to head past it all the way up here, and up and around here there's a lake, big lake, and Taupo is right on the north shore, or Taupo is right on the north shore, and it is a small airport, but one that Taupo Sky regularly services, so that's why we're heading there. So, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a flight, about 45 minutes or so. We will catch up with you when we start our descent. Until then, I'll let you stare out the windows and listen to some in-flight music.
Cessna Golf Oscar Lima, please expedite your descent to 6,100 feet.
Alright, welcome back to the cockpit. As you can see, we're starting our descent. Little lake here, big lake in front of that, and that is the lake we're going to go around, and our destination airport is at the top end of that lake. So we're descending to 6100. We have to intercept AP506, which is a nav waypoint, at 4,500 feet. And AP506 is right there. Should be 4,500 feet. So it won't be too long before we are in place. Just get my headset squared away here. So we're going to shortly be making the turn to Aqaba. We're on the Sulfa approach. So we are on our way in. Still a beautiful day out. We should now be making the turn to Aqaba. So this is the RNAV. It is not a ILS approach. And it's a nice day, so we're going to hand fly her in.
Cessna Golf Oscar Lima, you are 27 miles southwest. Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Expect RNAV runway 35 approach via Aqaba transition. Cleared to Aqaba.
Descend and maintain 4,500 feet. Expect RNAV runway 35 approach via Aqaba transition. Cleared to Aqaba Cessna Golf Oscar Lima.
So there you go, we're descending down. We're cleared to the next waypoint on the approach. Coming down out of the hills here. It looks like a man-made canal between those two lakes. So the airport is up about there where the pointer is. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the flight and the view out of the window. We're going to concentrate on the approach now. Zoom in a little bit. Another little airport over here. I think that's it right there. But we're heading up the east side of the lake that's ahead of us. So 4,600 feet. Put our strobes on. Yeah, you can see the little dirt strip there. And the little town. There we go. So we'll come back up on the power. 1700. Pretty close. And we'll continue our approach. You can really see the detail here now that we're down low. Farm country.
Cessna Golf Oscar Lima, you are 19 miles southwest of November Zulu Alpha Papa.
Cessna Golf
thank
Oscar
you.
Lima. November Zulu Alpha Papa, traffic Cessna November Zulu. Golf Oscar Lima, 18 miles southwest inbound RNAV runway 35.
So I'm not sure why the pilot to ATC wasn't working. I'll have to look at that. Haven't really changed anything. Didn't want to connect to the sim. There's been no updates, so not exactly sure why it stopped. But we shall see. Looking at the chart, oh, everything looks good. Well, we're in a cloud. At 6 degrees, not worried about icing. There we are. Come out the other side. So you look down for a second, and then you look back up, and boom, you're inside the big gray fuzzball. So once again, the GPS is doing some weird, funny stuff here. Not sure why.
November Zulu Alpha Papa, traffic Cessna November Zulu. Golf Oscar Lima, 13 miles southwest inbound RNAV runway 35.
We're doing traffic calls. Okay, that explains that. Yeah, it's got this weird... It's not taking the approach for whatever reason. Anyway, let's do it this way. We want 240. Go into heading mode. I think that's the airport right there. And then we're going to want 354 to the runway. So we're going to start to descend. Should be at 3,200 when we hit here. We're going to be a little high, but that's fine. And you can see the runway over there.
November Zulu Alpha Papa, traffic Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima 7 miles south inbound RNAV runway 35.
Alright, so power back. Prop fully forward. Start to slow down. Just checking one last look at the charts. Get ourselves nicely lined up. And first set of flaps coming in. Once we get below 100 knots, second set of flaps. We're going to trim for 70. Seem to be pretty lined up.
November Zulu Alpha Papa, traffic Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima 3 miles south inbound RNAV runway 35.
Looks like a little lakefront community here. Concentrating on the approach. Nothing around us. So we're going to be a little high.
500.
But we can land long. That's fine. We're going to float a bit.
November Zulu Alpha Papa, traffic Cessna November Zulu, Golf Oscar Lima 1 miles northeast inbound RNAV runway 35.
And we're down. Bit of a long landing. But we will taxi back and head to parking. Oh, flaps are up. Take the landing lights, strobe lights off. And put the taxi light on. Alright, so we can now taxi up to the far end. And we'll head to the general parking area, the main apron in the terminal. And we will be, oh, looks like we got a crew waiting for us. King Air sitting over there. Oh, Bonanza. Okay, I see where you want me. And there we go. We are here. So let's shut her down. You can come off. You can come off. You go right back. Fuel boost comes off. Starter's already off. Ignition's on normal. Avionics. And we'll shut off the fuel. So there we are. Down safe and sound in central North Island, New Zealand. Hope you enjoyed the flight. See you next time. Bye for now.